Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my second trimester recap. So if you would like to hear everything that went on during my second trimester, please keep watching. So where we left off in the first trimester recap, we had just went to the family doctor and they sent me to a lab to get blood work to see if I was like really pregnant. Then we finally had our first appointment with the OBGYN or the nurse practitioner because we haven't met the doctor yet at this point. So our first appointment was on April 23rd, so I was about 14 weeks, and we got to do, well, we did a sonogram, and then we did like a pap smear, and we did all, I didn't know all of that was gonna happen at this appointment, but it did, so it was just like whatever. We did some blood work, and then she asked us if we wanted to know what we were having when we were like at 14 weeks, because I didn't know what I was having when I had Jaden until I was 5 months pregnant. So but she asked us if we wanted to know, and we were like, yeah, sure. So then she did an ultrasound, so that's, you know, where they put the thing up there and they can like really see, and like within 2 seconds she knew exactly what we were having. So she told us, which by the time you guys have seen this video you would have already seen our gender reveal, but yeah. So we found out that we were having a girl, so we were both like super excited about it, and like the second we left the doctor's office we went straight to Target and bought a bunch of clothes.
Yeah, so for those of you that did leave a comment, which we appreciate that, when we found out that we were having a girl, just so you all know, that's exactly what I wanted. I have been wanting a girl my whole life, pretty much ever since I can remember the thought of even having kids. I just always imagined myself with a girl. And Brittany, she also wanted a girl as well because she has a boy already, or we have a boy already. And we're totally happy with Jaden, and there's obviously nothing wrong with that. I was just super happy about having a girl, and so was she, and yeah, it was a pretty good experience.
Yeah, and it's crazy that they can tell you that early, but every time we've had an appointment since then, they always tell us that it's still a girl, because I just feel like there's gonna be that one time they're like, just kidding, it's a boy, but so far so good. So I'm gonna insert my first like bump picture, which would have been on May 9th, so I would have been, how many weeks is that?
It would have been like 16, 17 weeks, I think. You said the 23rd was our first.
14th.
Yeah, was 14 weeks, so we'll just say 2.5 weeks later. So it would have been like 16 weeks, I guess. Well, it depends, because don't they go from the date of, of your first missed period or whatever, right? Like, all that's confusing. I don't know. Like, all that's confusing.
And then Frank was gonna go to nursing school at one point, so my aunt sent him a stethoscope. So we tried to use that for the first time to hear the baby's heartbeat. We couldn't hear anything because she's obviously like too small. So we tried that out. And then on June 11th is when I first posted my pregnancy on social media. I posted like a little video on Instagram and then again on Facebook. And then on June 13th is when we made our pregnancy announcement, and since our due date is October 17th, we did like a October theme with pumpkins and stuff, and I really liked how it turned out.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Saw the idea on Pinterest, so some of the things, I haven't gotten any weird cravings or anything like that. Like I told you guys, unless I see something on TV like multiple times in a row, then I like have to have it. But for the most part, I'm not just like sitting around and I'm like, oh, and I like come up with like weird things that I have to have. Like that hasn't happened to me. But the entire second trimester, I wanted nothing but quesadillas. That's it. So we kept going to the store and buying like the big bags of queso cheese and then tortillas, and then the only thing I wanted on top was just sour cream. That was it. So I literally ate 1 or 2 quesadillas like every single day for like that whole 2 to 3 months. Like it was ridiculous. So pretty much I've only been wanting cheese, anything cheese so far through this pregnancy. And then I started getting back acne. Like I started getting a couple pimples on my face during the second trimester, and then I just like was forcing myself to drink more and more water. So I've been trying to drink at least like 8-ish glasses of ice water a day, and that seems to be really helping. So my face was breaking out for a little bit, and then it started to clear up, but my back, like I've never had back knee before in my entire life, and it was like covered, and I'm already a face picker, so I was picking the crap out of my back like no other, and then making him do it too. So I started getting back acne this trimester. And then I started taking the prenatal pills after our first appointment, so at 14 weeks, and they make me feel like really sick. So I've been trying to take them only like every other day and like right after I eat a lot, because they just make me feel like crap. I don't know if I need to get another kind or whatever, but I noticed too during this trimester that my fingernails grow really fast and they're super strong. Like at this point in time I've already broken all of them, but they grow out really fast and they're like super durable, so I've really appreciated that. I feel like I woke up and my hair grew like 3 inches too, so that's always a plus. So then we sat down and we tried to come up with a name for her, and we came up with a name for her and her middle name, which is awesome because Jaden didn't have his name until we were pretty much leaving the hospital. So I feel very accomplished at this point now that she is not gonna remain nameless, right?
I mean, yeah, she's not going to be nameless until hospital. But that was actually kind of funny because how it happened, it was, I had a couple names in mind that I wanted just from years ago when I thought about it.
You can just say those because we're not using them.
Yeah.
Just do it.
So I had a couple names in mind. For those of you that don't know, so prior to me meeting Brittany, my parents would just ask like, oh, like how many kids do you want? What kind of kids do you want? Do you want boys, girls? Like what do you want? And I would say, you know, I want a boy and I want a girl, for sure on the girl, but then they would always ask me then, so if you were to name them, what would you name them? So back then when I was in high school, I said if I ever had a boy, I wanted him to be Jaden. If I ever have a daughter, then I want her name to be Jada. So years pass and I leave for college. My parents end up getting pregnant, let us know basically when we're starting our freshman year of college, it's me and my stepbrother, and they end up telling us that they're having a girl and that they're gonna name her Jada. So they took my girl name. So that's out the window. Then I meet Brittany a couple years later, or like a year later, and then we start dating, and then I find out that she has a son whose name is Jaden, and then here we are, married, and I have a son named Jaden, and I have a sister now whose name is Jada. So Jada's out of the question, but then there were some other names that I liked. I used to like the name Gracie for some reason. I just thought it was cute. I know Brittany like hated it. For her, you know, that's not to, I don't want to take anything away from anybody whose name is Gracie, especially if you're watching this, but I liked it. And then other than that, there wasn't really any that like really stuck out like other than that. But when we were sitting here and we were just talking about names, and Brittany says, oh, do you have any names in mind? And I was like, I haven't really thought about it because you hate the name Gracie that we've talked about over the years, and not really. And then she just said one name, and I was like, yes, like that's it. That's one that we want. And
so
then,
I came up with the first and the middle name, and he didn't even contribute, but...
So then she said, so what about a middle name? And I said, again, I don't know, like I haven't really thought about it. And then she said a name, and I was like, yes, that's perfect. And it was just like the perfect first and middle name. At this point, with how far along we've been with this pregnancy, I couldn't imagine having any other name. In my head, I've been already having these like fake conversations and things I'm gonna say with her in the future, and it's just the only name that for whatever reason makes sense to me. So I'm in love with her already.
What else? I don't think I really had any names in mind. I know the name we picked out, I can only think of one other person that has it that I've seen on social media, and I don't even know her. So other than that, I don't think I've seen this name anywhere. And like, we're not trying to be like those people where they're like, oh, it's gonna be a secret, da, da, da. Like, it really has nothing to do with that. I just like would like to keep it so that way I could put it on the board when she's born, and like when she's in the hospital, and we could put her little board there, like the little felt boards or whatever. But it's not like it's like mind-blowing, it's not going to change the world, and it's not super unique. It's just like something that I just want to keep for the birth vlog. So yeah, just throwing that out there.
So then even with that, some of our family and our friends, they know. Yeah, we've kind of told them, like our really close friends, and our family, so they know. So it's not like it's that big of a secret or anything like that, just like she said. But just for the purposes of social media and maybe people that we don't talk to on a regular basis, we're just kind of trying to keep this theme that, you know, like we're trying to
just keep some stuff like to ourselves, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, so the battery just died, so I don't know where I really left off. So, but from what I was saying is that so I know that the purpose for her is to obviously film this whole journey with what's going on and everything like that with our pregnancy. For me, though I'm supportive of her YouTube channel, you know, whether she has, you know, like 100 subscribers or 1 million or 5 million, I don't care how many she has, I'm going to support her, and I'm really happy for it. But the purpose for me is I want for our kids to be able to one day look back and see this and really know our real story and know what we went through. And at the very worst, they can learn from it, and at the very best, they can be happy to know that we were excited for them and that we want the best for them. And, you know, I can't wait until our daughter now can watch this video and have something to look back at when we're youngish and not old and all crusty, and
I'm old and crusty,
and we're talking about her. So yeah, that's kind of my purpose. So I appreciate everybody who watches, obviously, and I appreciate everybody who supports Brittany on her YouTube channel, and everybody who's on social media who has really positive things to say. I really appreciate all of that.
Yeah, we do appreciate all the really nice comments, because I didn't know what to expect when I started posting these pregnancy videos. Like, wasn't sure if I necessarily wanted to do it, and then if I'm being honest, if I would have got like one mean comment just about, like, I've already heard everything that anybody could possibly say about me in my entire life, so it doesn't really bother me. But I was worried that people were going to say something about me being pregnant or my unborn child or Frank or Jaden or whatever, and so far nobody has said anything, so knock on wood that I'm not jinxing it. But we really do appreciate like all the positive comments, because I really didn't know what to expect, like, if I'm being honest. So I guess we'll go ahead and move on to the next thing that we did this trimester, was the anatomy scan. Now, I never did that with Jaden, so I had no idea like what this was. Like, I guess I thought they only did it if it was like an emergency case or whatever, but I guess that's like a thing now where everybody does it. Like, I legit had no idea what to expect or anything. So we made our appointment for the anatomy scan, and you're supposed to drink like 32 ounces of water or something like that before your appointment, so that way they can like just see things clearer, I guess. I really don't know. So I did that, but I guess I was like already dehydrated because it's the summertime and it's like super hot. So when I drank the water, it didn't even go anywhere. So when we went to our first appointment, we had to reschedule and come back 2 days later because she couldn't see anything. But she gave us the best sonogram picture we've ever gotten this far. Well, in my opinion anyways. Like, she gave us like the best one, like the ones at the doctor's office, like they're cute but you can't really see anything, and then she gave us like the most perfect one. I'm gonna insert it. Like, we're both like obsessed with it. So when we went back to the appointment like 2 days later, I drank like 64 ounces of water, and I thought I was going to die. I was actually like so mad because I was sitting there. I got to my appointment early, and then I think I waited like 45 minutes. Well, he didn't come with me the second time because he couldn't get off work because he came 2 days before. So Jaden and I went the second time around, and not only was I like 15 minutes early to my appointment, but then they made me wait like 45 minutes, and I was like, oh my god, I think I'm going to pee myself. Like, I honestly did not think that I was going to make it. Like, oh my gosh, like that was like the worst feeling ever. So anyway, so we go back there, and I think it was like an hour-long thing. So they went in there, and you have to lay on both sides. They get in there and they just like measure everything about the baby. And again, like I said, they didn't do that with Jaden, so I don't know if that's just like a new thing, a California thing, like I don't really know. But we did that, and we got some more pictures from that. What else? I thought the first time around that we went to the appointment, the lady that was doing the ultrasound was super nice to me, and she said that she understood that it's the summertime, and she didn't give me a hard time about the water thing at all. So she was super nice about it. I left, I came back the second time, and then the lady that I had for like the second appointment or whatever, like I didn't really like, and I was like laying there, and she was like, oh, so you were here a couple days ago? And I said, yeah. She goes, oh, so did you just forget to drink your water and you came anyways? And I was just like, is that necessary? Like, no, I actually did drink it. I'm sorry, I was like dehydrated or whatever. Like, I told her that, and she just didn't say anything. And then the entire like 45 minutes to an hour that she was doing the ultrasound, the anatomy scan thing or whatever, she like didn't talk like at all, and it was so awkward, and I was just like, I don't know. It's just like, I hate how like people can just say like one thing and it just like ruins like the whole experience. But I am grateful for the lady that I had the first time around, because she gave me the bomb picture of the baby and everything. So, but yeah, the second time around I was just like, this is not a good time. So at one of our appointments, my blood type is an A negative, and I remember my mom saying like years ago, like when I was still in high school or whatever, probably even before that, she made some comment. She was like, yeah, when you have kids, they're gonna have to get a blood transfusion and da 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 da. But my mom is kind of, so I kind of just like took it with a grain of salt and like never thought about it again. But the one time that she says something that's like, it was actually true. So since I am A negative, I'm RH negative. Is that what it is? Or I'm RH positive? I think I'm RH. I'm still confused. We researched it so much, and then they also told us, and we still don't like 100% understand. But because I'm either RH negative, which I think that's what it is, then they're saying that since I had Jaden first, it's kind of like my get out of jail free card. But after I had him, my body built up like antibodies to fight off any future babies. So,
well, like, I think what it could be, and I could be wrong too, I've looked at it a bunch of times, and honestly I haven't really put much more thought into it, because we have already taken our necessary steps to make sure that there's nothing wrong with her. But I think what it is that if you have so if you have A negative blood, then there's a possibility for your baby to have, I believe it's RH negative blood. And if they have RH negative blood, then your blood can build up an antibody to the baby and then basically fight it off and kill it. So
I thought if they were positive, that's when there was a problem.
But that could be wrong too. I honestly can't remember, and I don't want to give information out that's not true and correct. I would advise, if you're really curious, to look it up, and then I'll probably do it after this video. But I think that's what it was. Maybe not.
Okay. So, like I said, we found out that I am RH negative, so that I would have to get a RhoGAM shot or whatever to prevent my body from pretty much attacking and killing the baby. So we found that out. Our our nurse practitioner wasn't very clear. She just came in the room and she was like, oh, well, what's your blood type? And I said A negative, and she's like, good girl. She's like, okay, so you're gonna need a RhoGAM shot, so you're gonna have to schedule that for 28 weeks and da 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 da.
She said 23 at first.
Yeah, she said 23 or 24, I think, at first, and I was like, okay. And then the next time we saw her, she said 28 weeks. I don't know. It's just, our experience with this doctor's office, it has not been the best. Like, honestly, like,
I do think it could be worse. Like,
yeah, obviously. But
yeah, the nurse practitioner is really nice, and she's cool, and she's personable and fun to be around. But I still feel like, I know that they have a lot of patients out here. There's a ton of people in California, but I still feel like sometimes when we go in there, they treat us like it's our first time in there. They still kind of ask us the same questions.
They treat us like we're like kids, kind of. And I'm 32 and Frank's 30. And I feel like I still get the same vibe I did when I was 18 and pregnant, going to doctor's appointments. So
it's just little things, you know. They'll come in there and they didn't either look at the file first, and they're asking us about the gender, or they're asking us questions.
We have to tell them stuff that they should be telling us, or they should already know.
Yeah, I mean, you would just think that they would be more prepared. I mean, maybe not. Maybe it's just their office and how they do things, and it speeds their process along because they have some people. Whatever it is, it just doesn't sit right as a consumer or as a patient who's sitting there. And
it makes it hard to trust them, that's for sure, especially when I feel like they don't know me or my baby or what's going on with me per se, so that's a little nerve-wracking. So
yeah, because they'll just kind of say things, and then they'll just expect us to know what they're talking about, like the RhoGAM shot. You know, she just said it real quick.
She said it like in passing and then left.
Yeah, she's like, you'll be getting the shot at 28 weeks. Okay, I'll see you later, bye. And then just left, and we're like, what?
And had my mom not have mentioned that, seriously, like 20 years ago, I would have no idea. Sorry, the camera overheated, so I don't know if we're docking like too much or what, but. So to wrap up this video, the last thing that we did for this trimester, I feel like I've said trimester like 500 million times throughout this whole video, but we went to Vegas for our 1-year wedding anniversary, and I've never been to Vegas pregnant before, and it's like a whole nother, I mean, it's not bad, but it's weird being there and not being able to drink or like dress up like how I would prefer, or like go out. So going there pregnant was still fun. Like, we had a really good time, but it's definitely different going pregnant. So we did vlog our 1-year wedding anniversary in Vegas, so I'll go ahead and link that in the description box, so if you guys want to watch that, you can. So pretty much the only thing we did while we were there is we just went out to eat and we went to the pool. Did you gamble?
No. That was the first time in a while that we went to Vegas and I didn't gamble. I just felt for myself that this is the first time ever going and knowing that I have a baby on the way, so I felt really guilty for some reason about gambling and the possibility of losing money, and
yeah, we didn't shop either. Like, normally he gambles and I shop, and like literally the only thing we did the whole trip was like eat, which I'm totally down for. So we went to all our favorite places. The first night we went to, did we go to Peppermill the first night? Yeah, we did. So the first night we went to Peppermill, which I actually went before with April for my birthday in February, and then he's never been, so we went there, and I love that place.
Is that average?
I love the place. And then the next day we just went to the pool and we hung out there for a little bit. And then that night we went and we ate at Nacho Daddy, which is like, it used to be like one of my favorite places there in Vegas, but I feel like this last time that we went, it was just kind of like eh. So I think I prefer La Salsa Cantina, which is in Miracle Mile Shops. I think I like that Mexican place better. So if you haven't checked out, I mean, both are good, but definitely recommend both of those places. And then what else did we do?
But to add to that, one of the main reasons why Brittany likes to go is because they have cheese dip. And for those of you that don't know, again, if you haven't heard her say it before in other videos, which I'm sure she has, she's a cheese dip fiend, loves it. And they have really good cheese dip. Yeah,
but the best place is like the Midwest. I don't know what it is, but the Midwest has the best cheese dip ever. And what else? Oh, ew. I don't know if this is TMI, but I started lactating for the first time in Vegas too.
Yeah.
So we were actually at Nacho Daddy and I was like, what the heck? And I like looked down and I was like, what the heck? I was like, already? Because I don't remember that with Jaden. I know I always compare everything from this pregnancy to him, but I mean, I kind of have to. And like that started happening in Vegas and I was like, what is this? So I don't know why it didn't happen to me the first time around and now it's happening to me. So it's still happening to me up to this point, and it doesn't happen every day, but it's a few times a week, I think. And I don't know why. I don't know what started it or like what happened, but I started that in Vegas and I was just like, what is going on? Frank thinks it's cute and I think it's gross.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's cute.
Yeah, he's weird.
That's all I'm gonna say about it. Just I think it's cute.
And then we went to, the next day was our last day, and we went to our other favorite place, which is a little off the strip, and that's called Bahama Breeze, and it's so good. It's so good. So if you guys are ever in Vegas, I know it's like a 5 or 10 minute drive off the strip, but like,
it's totally worth it. It's totally worth it to go off the strip.
And it's affordable.
Yeah, where you don't have to pay $200 for,
a plate.
For one meal, because Vegas is really expensive for those of you that may have not ever been there. You know, all the prices on the strip are hiked up. You get a
even
beer.
McDonald's.
Yeah. I mean, you get a beer, it's $8. You get one mixed drink, it's $10. You know,
like 20.
Yeah, like the fast food is crazy. Like you go to McDonald's on the strip, just like she said.
It's expensive.
You can get one meal. That's a $12 meal for one meal. I'm all about having a good time, but we go to Vegas. Well, we used to go to Vegas pretty frequently. We would go
every few months at least.
Yeah, like once a month to a couple months here and there to every few months. So that does all kind of add up for us. So yeah, so you can go off the strip and you go to this place. It's called Bahama Breeze. It's normal pricing foods for what you would expect at a restaurant, and it's really, really good.
I wish I could remember the thing that we get, but if you guys watch that vlog, I vlogged like the dish that we get every time we go. Like, I don't think we've ever really tried anything other than that. So we did that. What else? We're probably gonna have to start, well, not probably, we're probably gonna not be going to Vegas as often because we're gonna have a newborn and we don't know what we're gonna be doing with that. But I'm assuming the next time we go to Vegas will probably be like around his birthday next year, maybe. How old will she be?
Maybe she'll be like 6 months.
Yeah, I don't know, that might even be pushing
Probably
it.
not.
I guess we'll just like see what happens. Like, we might, but other than that, we probably won't even go again until 2022 at this rate, huh?
Yeah, I mean, if that really, we did get to go a lot, and my 20s was filled with a ton of fun and getting to go to Vegas and do all those things with Brittany and everything. So if I don't go again for a while, especially now, I'm completely satisfied because this is a new chapter and I'm cool with that.
So other than that, we've pretty much just been, we were really bad for a little bit. The second we found out we were having a girl, well, it's not really his bad, but we went and bought girl clothes like every single weekend, and thank God for Burlington, Ross, and TJ Maxx and Marshalls, because they carry the same things. I think it's the Carter's brand that Macy's carries and Penny's, but it's like a third of the price. And like, for example, like Ross is kind of like hit and miss. It's like Ross is at the bottom of the totem pole of all those stores, I feel like, in my opinion. But like, we were just there the other day and we had went to Bye Bye Baby, and then we saw a few outfits, and then we went to Burlington like right after, or vice versa, I can't remember. I saw the same outfits for a third of the price, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like when I was buying baby clothes for Jaden, the only places I had to shop from were Target, Walmart, Baby Gap, and Dillard's. Like that was like the only places that I went to shop for him. So it's nice that we can get like more stuff for, what am I trying to say? Like we can go to those places out here, because those places didn't exist like back then, not in Kansas anyways. So it's nice that we can go to all these places, and because we live in California, there's like 50 million Rosses like around our house, 50 million Marshalls, 50 million, like there's just so many. So like thank goodness for like those stores, because we've saved a lot of money and we've been able to get like a bunch of stuff. So we've been like nonstop buying like baby clothes and just like baby stuff. We've calmed down now. But so I think for our third trimester recap, I think that when I get to, I'm 32 weeks right now, so I know we're like super behind of filming this, but I think when we get to 36 weeks, we're going to sit down and we're going to talk all the way up to that point for the third trimester, just because she could really come anytime after that, I think. So I think we're going to go all the way up to 36 weeks and then do like little clips like weekly up until she's here. And then of course that'll be like one whole video. And then I was thinking that we could do like a labor and delivery vlog for just like the whole time that we're in the hospital, and then that would be a separate video. And then we could do, again, this is all depending if everybody's good and all that stuff, then we could do like the first week at home with like a newborn. Like I think that would be like a fun video to do. So we're definitely have like a few videos planned in the future. We're trying to get as much as we can out of this pregnancy, and we also want to document as much as we can. So hopefully you guys are enjoying it. You seem to be in the comments, and that makes us like really happy. So is there anything else you want to say?
Not really. Thank you for watching.
So I guess, again, if you guys have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below, and I'll definitely answer them like in another vlog, or I'll answer them like in the comments. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this second trimester recap, and I will see you guys in my next video.